To be honest, I don't even understand it. I've listened to Rick a couple of times, spoken about it, and within my own self, I was a member of the United Workers' Party government administration at the time in the office of the Prime Minister. And when some of these racial slurs were being bandied about, I'll be honest with you, I did not take it on because I did not think that Saint Lucians would believe and buy into that rhetoric.
Nancy Charles was the guest on Newsmaker Live on the night of Wednesday, 18 September 2024, when the host of the show resurrected the issue of race in Saint Lucian politics.
It's not an excuse, but it is, for me, I am of Indian heritage, right? And I have friends who are of different ethnicity. And that has never, ever been an issue for us in St. Lucia. Absolutely never.
Charles says the first time she heard antagonism for a political leader's race in St. Lucia was from a Labour supporter.
There was this woman in a match that the Labour Party had, and she was clearly wearing a red shirt, and she said, Alan Chasney is a white man and we don't want him in our country. And I thought, and right there and then there was this public meeting, and even afterwards the media carried it. I remember some television stations carried it. I honestly thought that the Labour Party would have come out and said, listen, this is a supporter and we do not subscribe to that.
The internet, however, disagrees. There is ample evidence online and in news archives of United Workers' Party operatives on their political platforms championing Alan Chasney's race.
It takes a white man to pick up St. Lucia from Bronx. It takes a man that cannot speak Creole to pick up St. Lucia from Bronx.
In fact, they didn't just champion Chasney's light skin, they denigrated the dark skin of their political opponents.
You need to you need 17 constituencies St. Lucia. So there were 15 now who accommodate Vienna constituency king, Vienna Richard Patrick. C'est mon qui a voté by Zotla. Zotla forcé ce mon vote by Debianek.
St. Lucians, black, white, and Indian all utter racist comments at times without practicing or preaching the hurtful elements of racism seen in countries like the United States of America.
I don't think that majority of St. Lucians care about whether you white, black, or whatever, but because of political reasons, because it suits the narrative.
If history and general election results are correct, Nancy Charles is right on target when she says that St. Lucians don't care about the race of their political leaders. Of the 9 heads of government of St. Lucia who served for more than a year since 1961, 4 of them are light-skinned and 4 of them are dark-skinned. Charles seemed to want to take the race out of St. Lucian politics, but pointed the finger at the ruling St. Lucia Labour Party for the continuing propagation of racial division among the electorate.
I don't understand why we in St. Lucia can be so narrow-minded and focused, and I think it's a shame, not on St. Lucians, it's a shame on the St. Lucia Labour Party. It's a shame on a sitting Prime Minister. It's a shame on an MP like Richard Frederick, who continues to perpetuate it on his talk show, and nobody within the Labour Party, Timothy, nobody within the Labour Party comes out and say, we do not ascribe to this white and black thing, we do not ascribe to racism in our country. We don't like Alan Chasney because he's our opponent in politics.
The UWP Mobilization Officer hoped that political parties like Labour would hold themselves and those on their platforms to higher standards than those held by rank-and-file supporters who never represent the party on a platform.
There's been occasions when certain things has been said on a UWP platform and we have come out afterwards. You remember the incident with Peter Josie and the statement he made? The United Workers' Party came right afterward. We issued a press statement and we spoke about it and said, we do not ascribe to this. It's unfortunate that statement was made, etc. And that is what is expected of a political organization if you do not ascribe to a particular point of view that is being made by your supporters. You can't control your supporters' team. You can't control what your supporters say. However, you can distance yourself from certain things that our supporters say.
She promised to take a look at her own party in the mirror to ensure that references to the blackness of many of her party's political rivals do not have to face racist vilification from members of their own race again.
because you're a political organization, you have to be responsible, team. You must be responsible. And it's something that I am trying to ensure that I also hold the United Workers' Party to, that we have to be responsible. We have to distance ourselves from statements that are being made. If we do not ascribe to it, we have to come out immediately and say we do not support this.
For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seaflay.